today is definitely my favorite day of all. Today is all about sales, baby. So we are going to dive into what do you do before you even start selling and how it sets you up to win and for your clients to buy. I'm super excited about this. I think so. If you don't know this about me, I've been in sales most of my life. I started my first sales job, I was 19 years old. But I got taught a really yucky way of selling, even to the degree that people would tell me to change my name. I never felt in alignment with that. I never did it, but they would be like, your name's too hard. People can't pronounce Shameca. Why don't we just call you Alice or Amy? It was just the weirdest stuff ever. Um, However, sales is how I put food on the table because I was really good at it. There came a point in my life, though, where that stuff, the tactics, the scripts, weren't in alignment with who I wanted to be in the world and how I wanted to connect with people during this conversation. And so when it clicked for me, when this whole thing clicked for me and things began to shift around how I show up when it comes to selling, it was a game changer for me. Sales became a beautiful mirror for me. So I'm going to share with you some of those insights today. Let me recap where we've been as you guys are coming in the room. Hey, what's up? Over the past few days, I've been challenging you and stretching your comfort zone because I know that results don't take time. You can get where you're trying to go faster than you would ever believe possible. But what it does take is courage to get there, courage to do what it takes, courage to show up, courage to move past beyond your comfort zone. And I'm also very, very clear that your best year ever can be created this year. There is still enough time to do that by using simple, focused strategies that you can implement right away and easily, and that work in any season or any economy. So what we've done so far is we have leveled up you because you are the foundation, boo. We have leveled up your business model with the power of one method. How powerful was that? We have leveled up your marketing and you got to experience the magic of my hit list strategy. Isn't it magical? I saw some of the results coming in. And you got a small taste of my messenger money method. Today, we are leveling up your sales. I'm going to break down how to lead and guide highly committed buyers with empowered selling. All right, so here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn the non-negotiable money mindset to create large sums of money for some of you and larger sums of money and cash for those of you who are already selling higher dollar offers. And what I'm talking about is massive money fast. If you can think about it, I've shared some of my own success with you, right? So I crossed $1 million in a year. We did $1 million a month, and then we did $1 million in a day. One year, it took us the entire year to cross $1 million. Then it took us 8 months to cross $1 million. And this year we did it in 6. I'm a master at time collapsing, right? And so I'm going to share with you some of those strategies today that will help you with bringing in larger amounts of cash faster. I'm also going to share with you what to do even before you start selling that sets you up to win and sets up clients to buy, and how to stop selling by convincing people to buy from you that you're the best person, and how to use my simple system to become a highly paid power player that commands highly committed buyers. I want to celebrate your wins continually. I'm excited for today. And I want to give you a little background. I talked about this a little bit about myself, but I want you to see what my today looks like when it comes to client investments and how I work with people. And I love this red lipstick, but it always cakes in the corners of my mouth until it gets settled in. I'm going to wipe that off. Okay. So today, clients invest $30,000 to spend a day with me. My Play Big Income Accelerator program, which starts August 29th, and I'll probably share a little bit about that for those of you who are high-level phase 1s and phase 2 who want to mimic this container, but do it over the next 4 months to pretty much guarantee that you hit your goal by the end of the year. I'm going to share with you how you can get access to that as well. It's a $15,000 investment. Next Level Authority Mastermind, which is my high-level container mastermind for people who want me to guide them and mentor them in building their business over a year, is $36,000. Proximity, which is the closest and highest level of access to me as your business mentor, is a 6-figure investment that only has 2 spaces left for this next year. which is crazy for me. When I think about it, it blows my freaking mind because it wasn't always this way for me. There was a time not so long ago when I'd show up on social media, I'd do my posting, I'd turn on my camera, or what were we using back then? I can't remember. It wasn't, you didn't have a camera, use like a webinar platform, but I can't remember what it was called. I'd turn on my camera, I teach my webinars, and I struggled to get people to even pay me $197 a month to work with me privately. In order to get here, I had to master the things that I'm going to share with you today to create my current reality. So let's jump into this. This is what sales really is. It is simply a powerful conversation, a gateway that leads to a powerful decision. The reason why I say it leads to a powerful decision is because that decision has the capacity to totally change the trajectory of someone's life. It's helping others to see what's really holding them back, showing them what's possible, their potential, creating a bridge from where they are to where they desire to be. It is you, me, us reflecting the level of the game that they're currently playing back to them so that they can choose a new reality and choose their bigger dreams, their bigger desires, or their desired result when and if they are ready to do so. Here's the deal. Sales gets a bad rap, but I want to challenge you today. Instead of buying into people's fears, limiting beliefs, other BS that comes up on the sales call when you're on calls with people, what if you held them in that moment and called them into their greatness? Here's a truth, Belle. Doing that is difficult if you yourself are buying into your own fears, limiting beliefs, and are playing small. You got to play a much bigger game yourself in order to be able to hold people to that standard when you meet them in this moment. Now, I don't say that for you to beat yourself up. It's a normal occurrence, and that's how most of us show up in sales situations. It's how I used to show up when people weren't willing even to pay me $197 a month. I didn't just wake up knowing this stuff. I learned the hard way. I learned from experience. Experience is a good teacher. I practice and practice and practice, and I put myself in sales situations often so that I can learn what this felt like to move and hold someone to this degree. I also invested in mentorship along the way because I never had all the answers. Even being in sales for 20 plus years and doing thousands of sales conversations, I've continued to learn from mentors that can show me the gaps so that I can continue to empower even more people. I'll tell you a quick story from one of my mentors. I was actually doing sales for him because my business wasn't doing very well, and I had time on my hands, and he knew I was really good at sales. So I was like the first salesperson he hired. So he brought me in, and I was selling and doing a good job and closing sales. And he called me one day and he said, "Hey, do you have a minute to talk?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Everybody that you're enrolling is on a payment plan." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool. We're closing all these sales, right?" And he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Sure." It was like a $6,000 offer. He said, "If I were to offer you this program, would you need a payment plan?" And I was like, "Yes." And in that moment, it hit me. I was projecting. I wasn't even asking people if they wanted to pay in full. So I was closing a lot of sales, but I was projecting my own situation on to them. I was offering payment plans right off the bat. And when he was doing his own sales, he was used to most people paying in full. The majority of people would pay in full. But when I started selling, the majority of people were on payment plans, and he noticed it right away. The moment that became part of my awareness, because sales is a beautiful mirror, the next three people, boom, 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 paid in full. Here's the deal. Now that you are aware of what I'm sharing with you, if you continue to fail to take a stand for and with potential buyers as they lean into the edges of their comfort zone, as they confront their doubts, their fears, and limiting beliefs at their point of decision, that is irresponsible. Maya Angelou said, "When you know better, you do better." There's a difference between wanting to help people and really helping them. Being The difference requires courage. I always say this, you have to be willing to be even more uncomfortable than they are. Think about sales situations where you've been the buyer on the phone, right? And it's time to make a big decision, like the most money you've ever invested. It's a little uneasy. Lots of things are going through your mind. Stuff's probably happening in your stomach. Like you can feel things, right? When you know this, when you're on the call and you are the seller and not the buyer, we have to be willing to be even more uncomfortable than they are in that moment, willing to upgrade your ability to hold space for people in the fire of transformation. It starts with you. You can't stand in the middle of your stories, limiting beliefs, fears, and excuses, accepting them as truth, and expect your prospects not to mirror back the same. So let's talk, because today I'm calling you to a higher place of leadership, and that leadership starts with yourself. 2 fears that will keep you playing small. I want you to write these down. I said this a little bit earlier. I don't know which day I said it. This is a statistic. Here's the deal. Few business owners ever cross the $1 million mark, and even fewer are able to stay there. Only 2% of women-founded businesses ever cross $1 million in revenue. And I find that it's even more so true when what you sell is really yourself, your gifts, your talents, your skill sets, your know-how. And that's most of you here. So I want to talk about fear, lies, and the main reasons why we are unable to create that type of money. Number 1, you have been taught to fear, feel guilty, or be ashamed of money. When I get to this part, a lot of people are like, oh, I've done so much money work. There's still usually times, if you don't have the results that you desire, residue, right? Living in the world of just enough. Think about this. If I asked you, how much love do you want in your life? You'd respond with all the love I can get, all the love I can handle, baby. Give me all the loves, right? It makes you kind of feel happy inside. What if I said, how much joy do you want in your life? You're like, bring the joy. I want to smile and laugh until my cheeks hurt, right? What if I said, how much health and vitality do you want in your life? I want to be healthy. I want to live long, right? How much life force do you want? How long do you want to live? As long as I possibly can. I want as much of all of that as I can. Now watch this. How much money do you want to make? Boom. Oh, just enough. Just enough to take some trips and travel, just enough to pay my bills, just enough to send my kids to school, just enough to buy a house, just enough to take care of me, just enough to make sure that my business doesn't go over, just enough to travel a bit. Do you see the shift? Why not all the money? Bring it all. Why not the same thing? Why not all the money I can get my hands on? In the Western world, we have been instilled with the ideal that poverty is noble. That to be truly in integrity with our own work means doing it for free or for cheap. That having more than enough money or a lot of money or an overflow of money, more than you could possibly spend, imagine, or handle, will make others feel bad or possibly lead you down a road of doing some really bad things. These are the messages we get over and over and over again. Listen, money doesn't make you an inherently good person. Neither does it make you an inherently bad person. Money doesn't make you anything. You do that all on your own. Money is honest. It is there. It's either there or it's not. You're either on the vibe, frequency, resonance of it, or you're not. If you're not, you do the work until you are. You elevate until you are. If you are, you ride the high. Because money does not lie. It is a truth teller and a truth seeker. Number 2, you have been taught to fear yourself. That'll preach. To fear your power. To fear the bigness of who you be and all that encompasses. To fear the giant you know that lies sleeping dormant within. For fear that people can't handle it. That there will be judgment behind it. This is really at the heart of it all. We've been taught to hide our greatness. We've been taught not to outshine others. We've been taught that celebrating success is bragging and not being humble. And these embedded codes and commands come up all the time. even for women who are already successful or who have already experienced a level of success that others can only aspire to, dream about, or hope for. That's you, boo. That's most of you. Published authors, been on television, more awards than you can name, the first to do this in your family, the first to do that in your family, degrees out the wazoo, leaders of leaders. Yet those embedded commands keep you playing small, undercharging, hesitant to ask for business, lacking power in sales situations, and so much more. This is why I believe doing this in community, the way that we're doing it, you guys have been, a lot of you have been commenting on this community and how it's propelling you forward. I call them courage containers. This is why I believe courage containers are so powerful and necessary. One of the most powerful things you could do is pay more attention to what your conscious whispers than what other people shout out loud. Remember commas over comments? Because it's not about what you say. It's not about what you say you get to have. It's not about what you post on your social media platforms or even what others say, think, or believe about you. Your upper limit, what's stopping you, what has you at this half of the year going, I need to do more than what I've done. I want to accomplish more. You were attracted to this message about creating more revenue in the second half of the year and about there still being time. Here's your upper limit. Your upper limit is actually what you believe about yourself when the distractions are all gone, when no one else is left in the room but you, yourself, and you. Me, myself, and I is what I was thinking. The truth is, you are too much. Can't tell you how many times I've said that to a client. My gift is helping you lean into the much that you already know that you are with zero apologies. The truth is you are different. You're cut from a different cloth. The truth is you are uncommon. The truth is your dreams and desires are unreasonable to average folks. You are the prototype for what you are trying to create. You are the blueprint, love. Own that. Fully embody it and watch the magic that happens. It's one thing to own the knowledge and the knowing of it, but to embody it to the degree that who you be shifts atmospheres, to the degree when you sit in front of somebody, walking them through and holding them in the fire of transformation, other people recognize it the moment you step into the room, the moment they come into contact with you. Now that is some supernova stuff right there. So let's talk about selling. This isn't going to be one of those, what do I do to get sales? This is going to be about how to be. Becoming successful at sales doesn't come from memorizing or following a script, or even knowing exactly how to overcome or handle an objection. Here's a truth bomb for you. You might want to fight me on this one, but I'll tell you this, and this is the truth that I've known over 20 years in this industry selling. Any sales script works. Yep, I said it. They mostly follow the same structure. There may be some slight differences in them. A sales script is Googleable, boo. That's Googleable. You can Google that and have it in your hand. That's information that's readily available to any of you at any time. And in fact, most of you likely already have one that you're using. That's not why you get the fact that you want to get better than at sales or selling, or that you don't know the script or whatever. That's not why you're having I can't afford it. That's not why people are ghosting you and wasting your time. So what is it and how do you shift? This is what stops most brilliant business owners from selling more often, from selling to more people for way more money. 5 things I'm going to give you today that you are required to level up in order for you to make more money the second half of this year. Are you ready for it? You ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. First thing, you haven't cultivated a deep knowing that your work changes lives, like in your core, in your knower, in the depth of who you be. Because when you truly know on a deep level that your work changes lives, and you've done the inner work to solidify that belief, to anchor that belief, you sell easily, you sell intuitively, you sell to the right people who are a perfect fit for your services, because you know that you are changing a life. Becoming amazing at sales doesn't start with a course, even a mentor or a class or a script. It starts from within because sales is an inside job, boo. Number two, you're not comfortable with sales and selling. You're not comfortable with sales and selling, and that includes being sold to. Ah, oops, ouch, I know. If you get triggered by people selling to you or promoting themselves often, don't be surprised when it feels hard or difficult for you to sell. Get comfortable with sales. Remember, sales is just this powerful space. It's a moment of decision, a moment of transformation for people. Get comfortable with it. Stop calling it something else. I don't sell, I enroll. No, you're selling, you're just calling it enrolling to make yourself feel better. Get comfortable with it. It's just like people who say, I don't see color. Okay. There still is some color in my skin. I'm still melanated, right? Get comfortable with the fact that my skin is black. Get comfortable with sales. Well, my skin is brown, but that's a whole nother story. 2, 3. You yourself, I don't know where that tangent came from. Focus, Shameca. Number 3, you yourself aren't the best buyer. Check your own buying habits. How do you buy? What type of buyer are you? Do you show up on sales calls wasting people's time? Being caught up in your own fears, using the send me the info excuse, or can you type up something and email it to me just to get off the phone? Are you ghosting people in sales situations because you get scared or decide that it's not for you, but you don't communicate? Now, in contrast with that, I want you to look at the opposite end of it. Contrast that with how you like to buy. What makes you feel good when you're buying? What makes buying fun for you? Simple, easy, no brainer. Bottom line, be the best kind of buyer. I will often hear in my sales conversation, let's do it, I'm ready, let's work together, I'm in, you're my person, all of those types of things, even before I ever make the offer. Somebody actually did it in this crash course. Can't remember who it was. They were like, how much is it and where's the link? And I'm like, we're not there yet, right? And sometimes people do it before they've heard the price. And now that's the thing. She was asking, like, how much is it and where's the link? I'm ready, sold, all those things. My easiest sales calls aren't because they don't have objections, although that's cool too. But it's because my prospective clients, the prospective buyers, are literally a perfect mirror match for me. They're mirrors of me and how I show up in the world. I know my ideal clients like the back of my hand. Their most dominant frame of mind is ready to do whatever the heck it takes. They're all in. They have an all-in disposition. They're highly respectful of my time and their own, so they're unwilling to waste anyone's time. If they're not already ready or a full body yes, like they know, they won't show up. They won't even test. They won't play, right? They trust their gut instincts. They trust themselves. They trust their knower. They also know that they're destined for success with or without me. They know more is on the horizon. They're going to get there one way or another. But what they are trusting me with is to lead them and to guide them into that next level. They take full responsibility for all of their current results, their future results, without ever playing the victim. They don't blame other people or other outside circumstances for the results they're currently experiencing. They know that they are sovereign. It's all them. They are powerful. They are giants. They are leaders of leaders. And yet they are so funny, silly, lighthearted, fired up, ambitious, driven, and excited about life. And they love luck stuff. Be a reflection of the kind of buyer you want, right? I have to be all of the things I want my ideal clients to be and live in alignment with that, not just on social media. If I don't take decisive action when I'm being sold to, how can I possibly expect that of others? When I buy, I act from this place of trusting myself and acting as the leader of my life because I strive to embody all that I want to attract in the people who buy from me, because I know that's who will show up in my life as a result of that. You don't attract what you want or who you want. You attract who you are. Sales is a beautiful mirror for where you need to level up. 4, you're not sold on you. You think you are. You keep saying you are. But deep in the back of your mind, you probably don't believe you can deliver or serve at the highest level. You're probably intimidated by your next level people that you're supposed to sell. There's a lot of that happens. You got to sell yourself first. People buy certainty and confidence. If you don't believe, no one will. Until you get this right, no amount of strategy will help you sell. You can use all the strategies in the world, you'll stay exactly where you are. Last one, number 5. Once you get your mindset and inside game on point, everything starts from this basic understanding that I'm about to give you right now. You got to know that you know that you know that you know that you know that everyone is not your client. So how do you make it easy to find the right clients, to see your offer as a priority, to know that you're their person so that you can charge premium prices with integrity? For me, at every point during your sales process, from marketing, posting on social media, going live, to the sales conversation, to the moment that they buy, you must be filtering and screening for your ideal clients. The way that I'm dressed right now is filtering and screening some people. They're annoyed as hell that I have all this shiny stuff on. That's good for me because I be like this some days, right? Having a system that qualifies, filters, screens, and sells, does the selling before you ever get on the call is instrumental to your success. Why? Because not only does it help you get on a call with highly qualified buyers, it gives your buyer the power and the ability to choose. When someone goes to my application process, so like right now, the way I show up, someone's choosing not to be here right now because of it. That's okay. When they go through my application process, some of the questions I ask, the length of my application, some people filter themselves out and go, I don't want to take the time to do that. That's okay with me. You get the right to choose. My responsibility is to offer. What's hitting you guys right now? I know you're typing stuff in chat. What's hitting you? What's hitting you? What's hitting you? What's hitting you? What's coming up for you? What are your ahas? What are your revelations? Type them in chat. Again, I'm going to come back and look at them a little bit later. Today, I'm going to give you a simple lead generation strategy as your cash creation challenge. It's going to be easy and simple. I mean, okay, let's say this. It's going to be simple. It won't be easy because we're stretching comfort zones here, but it will be simple. But before I do that, I want to practice what I preach and give you the bridge from where you are to where you desire to be. I've been telling you that I would open the doors to Supernova Sales School today, and so I am. Sales School is a year-long courage container structured much like this challenge. Monthly, you receive training and a lesson. I teach you a lesson, right? And then you get issued a cash creation challenge designed to help you create leads and sales in your business, complete with templates just like you're experiencing here. So for those of you who are ultra inspired to work with me, and you could use and crave the type of community you've been experiencing here, the clarity you've been experiencing, and the momentum like you've created over the past 4 days, I'm going to tell you where to go. Let me pop this up so that you can go there, because I'm going to give some fast action bonuses. And so if you already know you're in, I don't want you to miss putting your finger on the trigger. Okay, so I'm going to put that up so you know. You go to WeSlaySales.com. Now, there is a caveat, and shoot, I should have put this on there. Maybe I can do it right now. For the savings, you're going to use the code all in 2022 is actually the code that you're going to use. There we go. All right. So I believe simple and consistent is how you get big results. What I do is I teach you the simplest actions, the most stupid, simple actions to yield the biggest results. You've seen this over the past 4 days. Success isn't about adding tons of tasks to your plate, complicated tasks. And I pride myself on the fact that my clients and students all work less after working with me and make way more money than they were ever making before. We travel a lot, we vacation a lot, and the cash, the zeros in the bank account are way bigger than they have ever been. This process has changed a lot of people's lives. I'm here to teach you how to get repeatable results, not just one-time results. And to do that, you need simple strategies that work and repeatable sales systems that allow you to create clients and money month after month. So I'm going to give you that invitation to join Sales School again, and then I'll issue your assignment and challenge for today. So again, Sales School, Supernova Sales School, is a year-long courage container, 12 full months. It's an online sales content, lead generation training community for service-based entrepreneurs, giving you exactly what you need to create high-quality leads, invite them into sales conversations, and empower them to say yes to themselves and to your services. what I want you to get is sales school will forever shift the way you think and feel about sales. If you're feeling that today, just from listening to me, what sales school does is it bridges the gap standing between you and your goals, and it will cultivate this non-negotiable confidence and certainty inside of you to create money anytime you freaking desire. It will also increase your capacity to receive massive amounts of money faster than you were ever able to do before. I designed this program to set you up for success. I've learned something in my years of doing sales. One, that sales is an inside game, and that typically the root cause of lack of sales and inconsistent cash flow in most businesses is three simple things. And when I look at people who lack sales and have inconsistent cash flow, the first thing is usually their mindset is off somewhere, either around sales, money, belief, their courage. They might have some fears or doubts about some things. The second thing is they're taking the wrong actions in the wrong order. We talked about that on day one, right? Wrong phase, and they're all over the place, taking too many actions, just being busy. And then the third thing is that they lack high level skills, business building skills, money making skills, sales skills. Sales is like the most powerful skill set that you can learn in business, but because we have so much about selling, we don't lean into it as much as we should. There's so much selling happening in all of the processes that you do, from marketing to emailing, which is why a lot of people's stuff doesn't work, because they don't understand this powerful conversation, right? That commitment and trust that needs to be there. So to hit your next six figures and to begin to collapse time and do it faster and faster, for you to do more than you've done in the next half of the year than you did in the first half of the year, we must consistently level up those three areas, and you got to do it quickly, okay? This is how my clients easily turn their annual income into their monthly income. We use something called the CFS Sales Acceleration Method. First thing is we're cultivating that power player state of mind so that you can activate your supernova frequency. This is where you get your solid sales belief in your ability to do it and the courage to charge way more for the work that you do. We focus on focused, consistent action to create qualified leads and clients, not like the latest, greatest, whatever's going on, like the stuff that stands the test of time. If the internet went out, would you still be in business? I would, because I know this stuff, right? And then simple strategies that work, simple phase one strategies that work again and again for you to repeat that process. By continuing to implement those three things, you'll find yourself continuing to get more and more clients and hitting bigger and bigger sales goals every single time. All right. So I'm going to give you a quick breakdown in how sales school works. And then I'm going to tell you how much it is, and then what the bonuses are that I have for you. Okay. So it's a year-long container. First of all, it is not a course. We are live every month for every session. You have 4 sessions every single month available to support you. And this is what they look like. You get a master training every month, strategically handpicked by me to support you in improving generating leads and sales in your business. You get a cash creation challenge, just like the ones we're issuing for you every day here. Every training has a money-making action tied to it to motivate action, to get results quickly. And just like you've experienced here, less thinking, more doing, more results. Simple. Also, every month, you get a live Q&A. So you can actually ask questions. You get a live content review so we can take a look at the content you're putting on your social media channels and what you're doing and help you tweak it. You get accountability calls to help you customize your sales strategy for your business so that every week, there's a point of contact and a support call so that you're not trying to figure this out on your own. So training, Q&A, content review, accountability. Every single week there's a call. And then you also get an online community where you get to celebrate your success without being ashamed about it and get encouragement and daily support in your journey, just like you've experienced inside of this crash course. Before I tell you the investment amount, which if you already gone there and you put the code in, you know what it is. Before I share that to you, with you, I want to give you my better than badass guarantee. So there is a guarantee in this program. And here's the deal. If you go through sales school, you do all the challenges, you show for all the trainings, and you're not able to make your investment back in the 12 months that you're in the program, I will refund you in full. Period. No questions asked. So that's my better than badass guarantee. And then you're like, how much is it already? And I do see some questions that are there as well. I will probably come back and answer some of those. I will definitely answer them on the Q&A call tomorrow. The annual tuition for sales school is $7,500 a year normally. But the good news is I have special pricing because it takes a lot to commit to be here with me for an entire week. And you guys have been all in. And so I've done a few things. I'm giving you special pricing for being a part of the Cash Creation Crash Course and a few special bonuses that are only available during the crash course. Okay. So during the crash course, you can enroll in sales school for a one-time payment of $5,000. So I'm giving you a $2,500 scholarship that you can use. Okay. One-time payment of $5,000. And I am removing all of your excuses. We're giving you a no excuse 12-month payment option. Usually we do 4 payment installments with sales school. So we're giving you a no excuse 12-month payment option. You can do 12 installments of $555. That's it. So go ahead and get registered. Go to WeSlaySales.com. Use the code ALLIN2022. What I want you to understand is this. The bigger you play, the bigger you win. The bigger you play, the bigger your results. You step up and I will meet you there. Plus, I told you I have some bonuses that are only available to you in the crash course. I want to give you that. So the first bonus, of course, is that everybody who enrolls during the crash course is going to receive that $2,500 savings. Just use the code ALLIN2022. That code is not going to work after the course is over, by the way. So when we're done here, you can try to put it in all you want. It won't be there. The additional bonuses will also be gone. So this code lets us know who gets these specific bonuses that I'm giving to you guys during the crash course. Bonus number 1, you're going to get our Supernova Sales School Fast Start program that gets you started right away. Bonus number 2, you're going to get a ticket, a seat to Game On Live event for this November. Game On Live event, I always say it's not an event, it is a war cry. If you really want to build some momentum into the next year, you want to make sure that you're in the room for Game On Live. It is called Game On for a reason. It is where you're not only learning and really expanding your capacity to receive your next level, but to hold it. So it's this November. You get a ticket to that. And again, if you're in, just go to WeSlaySales.com, use the code ALLINAccountability. Here's the deal. If you know me, you know I'm all about fast action takers and implementation. So those are the bonuses that everybody gets. Now I have some bonuses for people who are already buying and who are ready to move at the speed of wealth. The first 15 people to say yes today will receive a bonus mentorship call with me. It's a group, ask me anything about your business, anything you want, mastermind and mentorship session. So no matter which option you choose, whether you pay in full or you accept the 12 payment option, the first 15 people, this is an additional bonus that's available to you. And I think this call is sometime in October, so it's coming up pretty fast. So anybody who is the first 15 to purchase, you're eligible for this. That's all you got to do is be the first 15 people. Again, go to WeSlaySales.com, put in the code ALLIN2022. And of course, I love rewarding people who are all the way in. So I have 2 additional bonuses. I know this is insane. I added some bonuses too for those of you who are paying in full. Here's the deal. People who move fast, who move and are willing to press the edge of their comfort zone, make my best clients. They're my best testimonials. And so I love rewarding people like this because I want more of you around me. So the first paid in full bonus for anybody who pays in full is you get a seat at my upcoming 1-day virtual intensive. It's a full day to help you tweak your messaging and content strategy so that you're selling more high-end. It's a high-end messaging intensive, right? The first 5 people, not the first 5 people. So everybody who pays in full is going to get that. In addition to that, I've added another intensive, which is my Profitable Premium Program virtual intensive. A full day with me, looking at your packaging, your pricing, and positioning yourself for high-end. What are the options for selling high-end sales? What goes into a 6-figure offer? What goes into a $30,000 offer? So when you pay in full, you get a seat to my profitable, another alliteration, Profitable Premium Program intensive as well. So that's Everybody who pays in full, you get those two, the messaging intensive, the premium program intensive. You get that as well. You get a seat at both just for paying in full. And the last thing is fast action again. Oh, that hurt. This ring hurts my finger. I want to do my drum roll because it makes me feel good. So I'm taking the rings off. The first 5 people to pay in full, which I don't know if you've already done that. I haven't looked. The first 5 people to pay in full will receive a private fast track strategy call with yours truly. If you've been around me for any amount of time, you know that it's a big freaking deal. I have talked to people for a sum total of 7 to 8 minutes and given them strategies to use in their business that allowed them to bring in 6 figures in a day, a weekend, a couple of days, up level and package their sales and sell like their biggest offer ever at $30,000, $70,000 just from one single conversation with me. So the first 5 people to pay in full will receive that fast track call with me. And I want you to think about this. Even if you took the entire year to go through sales call and you only got 1 client every single month, or you only got half of that, right? It was only half that successful and you got a client every other month, 6 clients. What if it was only 1 high-level client? Like you really learned how to stand in your value, up-level your pricing, and charge what you really want to charge. Would it be worth the investment to you? For a skill set, teaching you how to fish that you will have long after this program is done. So just a reminder before I issue your cash creation challenge for the day, which I'm about to do right now, the special pricing and the bonuses are only available through this crash course. And I only do that to inspire you to action, right? Because your ability to take action and make decisions is in direct proportion to your ability to create rapid, massive results. You want the next 6 months of the year to be different, move differently. And if you choose not to move, that is fine as well. Sales school will always be here. Sales school's been around for years, like 7 years, right? It will be here. It's just the bonuses that I've given you this time and the savings are the only thing that will change. So breathe, relax, and decide. Go to WeSlaySales.com, use the code ALLIN2022 to ensure you get your savings and bonuses. And that is that. So you guys ready for your challenge? There was a question like, am I in the community? Yes, I'm in the community, but even if I wasn't, like I wouldn't sell anything that wouldn't create results for you. I do have a team of people that support me. So there are other coaches who also support inside of the community. I think that it's really powerful. Everyone who works with me inside of my community has been a client before. So they know my work like the back of their hand. They have used the work to create incredible results in their own businesses. That's a gift that I have. It's such an incredible gift to me to know that my team has experienced the other side of my work so that when they're working in the businesses, in my business in the way that they do, they have a different appreciation for what you are going through as a client as well. So that's that. I want to leave that there. I want you to take courageous action and go get that money. It's been a pleasure to serve you guys. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for everybody who's joining us in sales school, and we will see you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment. Like right now. I'm not going to stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously.